In this video, we're going to see how to upload your grades to Moodle to share them with your students there if you prefer to do your grading outside of Moodle on a spreadsheet. So I have this course and I have this spreadsheet. What I want to do is get this grade column into my course. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go into the course and go to grades, and then from the grades I'm going to first export a grade book. And the reason I'm going to do that is to get all my student names in the format that Moodle expects them to be. So, it might be correct already on my spreadsheet, but I just hand entered this and I want to make sure it corresponds properly to what's on Moodle. So if I start by exporting the grades, I don't have to select any of these items, although I can if I want to get the name correct, but it doesn't really matter if that name's correct. What does matter, and what I always forget to do right at the beginning, is to create either a plain text or Excel spreadsheet. I'm going to do Excel, then again reselect none and download. So here's my list that I just downloaded. Let's open it up. Okay, and I have first name, last name, ID number. In your class you probably actually have some ID numbers here, etc. And here's all my email addresses. Now, what I want to do is match this up with the spreadsheet I created. So what I like to do, just to make sure that I'm not messing stuff up, is just in columns. And then I can take this information, I don't need the last download, and I am just going to paste it. And it overwrote my first name, so let's undo that. Add one more column in. Insert one more column. Let's try again. Copy. Paste. Okay. Now, I can just, let's just hide these because I don't need them. And then I can just make sure that everything is lining up properly. In this case it is, but if for something was in a different order or whatever, I could then adjust. So at this point I am going to keep this information and delete this information, which is the same. I've just confirmed it's the same. And now I have my grade column. If I want to add another grade column, I can, but this is fine. So I'm going to save this now with my Excel Save As from the File menu. And I'm going to save this as a CSV. Okay, hit Save. And I already had another file with that name. That's fine. I've been testing this. I'm just going to go ahead and replace it. And it says some data may be lost. And it's saying if I want to keep the data, I can go ahead and save as and use the Excel format. But in this case, I don't care, so I'm just going to cancel. And let's now go back to Moodle. So I've downloaded this. Let's go back to I'm still in the grades. I'm going to go now to Import. And I am going to choose that file I just saved. So here's the file I just saved. I'm going to drag it on. I could also choose it through the browser, but I'm dragging it on. That's fine. Now it's saying it's comma separated. Yes. So I'm going to upload the grades. This is all that you can take the defaults here, like the verbose grades. Lets you use words instead of numbers, but it doesn't matter because we only have numbers, so these don't really matter. So I'm going to upload grades, And so here's my grading list. And I am going to map from either email address, or in your case, you could do ID number. I'm going to do email address. And I can ignore all this. But then when we get to grade 1, I have to decide what to do with it. So I can either map it to an existing grade, or I can create a new grade item. In this case, it is a new grade item. So I'm just going to upload it. And here's my grade 1 for my students. So in this particular case, I already had some grades, but now when your students are going to look at it, you can even see exactly what they're going to see, because you can look at this user report and then select any of the users, and then you can view the report as the student or as yourself. So if you view the report as a student, this is what the student sees. And if you view the report as yourself, you may or may not see something different. Like it looks like there's some hidden items in here which the student did not see, but you can. So if you don't like the way the gradebook looks, you can change those in the course grade settings. And this appears, this is going to appear how the gradebook looks for everyone in your course. So you can like get rid of decimal places, or put in 2 or whatever. You can show rank or not. If you have feedback, you can show it. Otherwise, you can just delete that field. You may wish to show weightings or averages, contribution to the course. All these things you can hide or show. That is how you can share grades from Excel in your Moodle course.